It's the shower, a wedding shower that was given for Carol in 1954. I think it was January 24th, 54. This was at my mom and dad's house. It was my dad came in first. Carol came in with my dad, and that's my mom, my mother there. It was a surprise, I guess it was. There's my grandma on the right. There's Lou Thomas. There's Donnie Becker. There's Bill, Carol's brother. There's Dick in the back, and there's Tom and Belle in the front. There's Minnie Thomas. There's Aunt Hazel standing behind. There's Aunt Frony and Ida Thomas. There's my mother. Aunt Hazel was standing behind Dick or somebody there. There's Carol's mom. There's George Becker, my dad. There's Terry Valerius, my cousin. There's Carol's dad. There's my grandpa, Valerius. This is our reception, our wedding reception. Look like we're really going, well, we're dancing on a fast waltz or something, I guess. Or a two-step. Maybe it's a two-step. We should have waltzed the first time. There's Terry Valerius. There's Judy, Carol's sister, with Ole Walters. He was my best man. There's Janine Jones with my cousin Terry. There's Pat Perkins. Her last name is Perkins, and she's dancing with Carol's cousin Bob Kaufman. There's Janine Jones with Terry. Joanne Perkins is her name. Here we're cutting our cake. There's Aunt Oni. Let me one back. One. Come on, Mom. You probably saw me in there, but I was Aunt Oni cutting the cake, and I had to help it along. Well, this is opening presents, and still not very clear here. There's Janine. There's Carol's grandmother, her grandmother rather. There's Aunt Froning. There's Aunt Wilma, Carol's aunt. There's my mom. There's my grandpa, Valerius. There's Carol's dad and Aunt Wilma, Aunt Vera. There's Carol's mom. It's on the way to New Orleans now on our honeymoon. There's our 49 Dodge Club Coupe that we had. Here we stayed at the Illini Motel. There's our Dodge down there. No, I think it's on the other side. It is. You could see the trunk was pretty well packed. We were on a tour of New Orleans. So we went to the zoo. I'm checking and it's a lot more clear here, so I'm retaping it. The first tape. But this just gets more clear. The thing is, I gotta tell everything over again. This is New Orleans yet. I think this is Bourbon Street. There's St. Louis Cemetery. There they buried everybody above the ground. And they told us at that time that as they buried them, they left them in there 101 days, and then they opened the front and they pushed the bones back, the remains back, and shoved another corpse in, another body in. So we don't know, but that's what they told us. Here's part of the French quarters. That's buildings around it. That's St. Louis Cathedral. I don't know what this is in here. Here's bananas being unloaded. It's so dark in there, though. It didn't come out because they're green. They're just as green as gourds almost when they come off the ship. There's a barge on the Mississippi with a towboat pushing it. Bum. They call them a roustabout, but that was a bum sitting there on that rock. Here's looks like a barge going through a canal. like locks there. Here's a corn fence. That yellow in the middle is to resemble a cob of corn, and it's a green fence. I don't know if it's going to come out green now or not. It didn't last time I tried. That big log stone there, right there in the center, that was the auction block for stone for slaves. Here's a ferry going across the river. Here's a big ship coming in the port. And this is the next tape, and this is on. This is when Dale Nau and I went down in Miami, New Year's Day of '54. This is before we actually got married, but Dale Nau and I went down. That's me walking along the beach there in Miami. I had Dale walk along the beach here someplace. Maybe that was before. There's Dale. He lived in Wisconsin, Salem, Wisconsin. It's only about 5 miles above the Illinois line. And this is coming back. It was just a pretty place, so Dale got out and I drove the car around. Just a real pretty, like a square, only with a circle thing, like Public Square in Belleville. Now this is Bach Tower in Florida. There's the water skiers. Now this is Cypress Gardens. This is all Cypress Garden stuff here now. Here's the skiers jumping. One went down. One went down again. This one's only bare feet. They're like a pyramid. That one decided to stop on the ramp. There's the girls. These are the girls that walked around in the park. Now that was us walking across there. Here's Ole Walter. He went along with us to there. Now this is a place, and here's Judy coming down to visit us. There's Tino, Mrs. Fernand's little boy. This is our apartment where we lived at on North Albany. We lived upstairs there. There was the porch we used to set ice cream freezer out on. That's where we went in, and then we turned to the right and went up the step. This is Daytona Beach now. That's Carol and Judy running into the water. That's Judy and me out there in the water. See how fat I am there. We got married, I weighed 146 pounds. I won't say what Carol weighed. We're driving along on the beach. In there. Here's where we stayed. This is in July of 1954. Bach Tower and Cypress Gardens were in April of 54. I forgot to mention that. This is Silver Springs now. As you look down in glass bottom boat. That's 5-star. There you can see the sunlight shining through there now. At some places. There it is. There it is again. Down into the springs. There's the glass bottom boats we went out on. It's like a jungle cruise here. And the monkey from the limb. A baboon or something, I don't know what it is. Another glass bottom boat. I don't know what that was. That's Judy and Carol walking along by that tree that's more or less their signature tree. Like that, it's a real curved tree. It goes down into the water. This must be Clearwater Beach. This is still July of '54. This is Tarpon Spring now. That's the sponge diver going down to get a sponge. Wait till this one's over then. Are you ready? You over in a little bit. He just came up, he took his head off. He had a sponge with him. Now we're going to Weeki Wachi. There's the mermaids, Weeki Wachi Springs. They use air hoses for their air underwater. They must keep their air hose attached to their arm, I guess, somehow, so they don't lose it. No, they just switched air hoses there. Well, they're drinking a soda underwater, see? That's the last part of this tape. So when we get done with this tape, well, I mean, when we get done with this film, why, that'll be the end of this reel. This is reel number 1 now. Our movie reels. There's one of the girls that was these 2 girls here were there's 2 of them here, I think. They're the mermaids for the next show. Or at least that was one for our show. I mean, there's a paddle wheel that goes around like a jungle cruise that you went on. There's the 2 girls that are going to go down and do the next show now. There they go. They're going on down to that stage. There's Carol and Judy walking. That's me walking. That's it. This is at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa now, where I was stationed. I was here for 3 years. This is the Sunshine Skyway. I'm sorry, this is Key West. This is not MacDill. That was Key West. We went Labor Day of '54. We didn't like it. This is Miami now. We didn't care for Miami that much. We went back up to we didn't like Key West that much, so we went back up to Miami for the weekend. That's Carol. What? Now, this is at MacDill Air Force Base. This is where I was stationed for 3 years. There's the B-47s and the KC-97 tankers sitting out there. There's the B47s. That's the dock where I worked in. Brought them in for inspections. They call them inspection docks. And on this side was the KC-97s sitting. So this was our apartment in Tampa. The kitchen. Our first apartment. We stayed in one for about 2 months, but we didn't like it, so we moved to this one. We stayed here for about 8 months, and then I had to go to Africa. There's our first TV set. This is the living room. There's where our stairs came up. Right there, behind that wall. Got a couch. There's a bathroom. You can't tell it why something wrong, but there's the bedroom. There's our, see, there's some of our friends in Tampa. That's Greenland there and his wife, Opal, and that's Hank Hefner. There's Narbs. Oh boy, can't think of his last name. Narb. There's Hefner. There's Janine, that's his wife. There's Ernie Usherwood and his wife, Shirley. Steenman was the other fellow's name, Narb Steenman. And his wife Joanne was sitting in the black next to somebody there. They were playing Monopoly. I think this was Hefner's little boy. There's Shirley and Ernie. I'm doing all these, running all these on the, what's it is, 8th?
Today's the 5th. Today's the 5th.
The 6th. 6th. Okay. It is the 5th of January, 1994.
What's that?
I think that's a kid by the name of Morris. Morris or something like that. I don't know why. I don't know what his last name is, to tell you the truth. I don't know why they're at our house, but they are. Can't remember why. I think he was from New York. I think that's his girlfriend. He's not married, I'm sure of that. Well, this is looking from our porch, I guess. This is going to the Sunshine Skyway. At this time, there was only one bridge there. And later on, they built a second one. This was actually the southbound, no, the northbound bridge of the two. The other one they built was the southbound bridges, and which one of them got knocked down later on. There it is from a distance now. There's the toll gates where you paid to go on to Skyway. There's a KC-97 just came in. There's a B-47 flying over. There's a B-47 coming in for a landing. B-47 in the air. They were a pretty plane. Now, this is a Hillsboro High School band playing at the Thanksgiving Day football game, 1954. It's all been at 54 so far. Now, this is Jimmy Nelson. They live next to us on North Albany, next to Mrs. Fernandez. And this is Armed Forces Day at MacDill. There's the KC-97 tanker. B-47 sitting on the ground. They could carry an atomic bomb. Now this is Judy Valerius' birthday, 1954. There's my dad, there's Grandpa Valerius. There's Judy, Carol rather. There's my dad again. That was Uncle Eddie sitting next to Carol. There's Aunt Florence. There's Aunt Hazel. There's Grandma Valerius. There's my mom. There's Tom Bell and Dick. There's Dick, and there's Judy, James, Judy Valerius behind her. Judy James now. There's Pat, Terry's wife. His mother. And the grandma and Aunt Hazel. Aunt Florence. There's Uncle Gene. My mom and brother. There's Uncle Bob. There's Uncle Eddie. There's Carol now. Well, this is around Christmas, so. Because then at Aunt Hazel's on Portland Avenue. Carol and me. Carol's about 4.5 months pregnant, almost 5 months pregnant with Sherry at that time. So we're going to have dinner. It's my birthday, so it must be the 23rd or something. 54. A pair of slippers, the way I look there, or shoes or something. Oh, this is a jacket that I got. This is a reversible jacket that I got. I think it was green and gray plaid. There's Bill, Carol's brother. Now this is that. I guess this is all at my folks' house. See there, I've got it reversed now. Now this is out at Carol's folks. That's Judy acting up, acting silly. There's Carol and her mom. There's Bill, Carol's mom, Carol. My mom, dad. Now this is Christmas at their house. That must be Mike Kaufman with Uncle Irwin Kaufman. That's Carol's dad. He got himself a big cooking pot. There's Aunt Doris. There's Ernie Kaufman at the other end. There's Aunt Wilma Kaufman. There's Carol's dad. There's her mom. There's Judy. There's Uncle Irwin de Groot. There's Uncle Irwin Kaufman again. There's Carol getting something. There's Bill, Carol's brother. There's Uncle Fred. There's Aunt Doris. Carol's dad got boat cushions or seat cushions. Carol got a coffee pot. Also got maternity clothes. Carol's mom. There's her dad. Another maternity top, it looks like. That's Bill. He must have got a watch. There's Sadie Steinheimer now. This is up at Aunt Hazel's now. There's Mother. There's Minnie Thomas. There's Ida Thomas. Lou Thomas behind her. Then Grandpa. Then Mother. Then Sadie. Grandpa's waving. Then there's Aunt Florence sitting there. Then that's Minnie Thomas there. And me. That's Judy, I think. There's Aunt Brony. There's Grandma. There's Art Zip. There's Uncle Bob. Bell. There's Art. There's Aunt Hazel with Uncle Bob. There's Daddy. And Uncle Eddie and Aunt Florence. Aunt Brony and Grandma. Uncle Gene, Mother, Grandpa, Aunt Hazel, Daddy, and who is Uncle Bob, I guess. Hard to name with all you go that fast. Uncle Eddie's going to be 92 this year. There's Dick, Bell, there's Terry, there's Tommy, there's Judy. And really, that's all Grandma and Grandpa's grandchildren. There ain't no more. Grandma, Grandpa, and Carol and me in there. There's our house, my folks' house on St. Clair Avenue, 927 St. Clair Avenue on the corner. There's my buddies that I was in service. There was Ernie Piana, Bob Ullrich on the left. Ernie's behind, Bob Ullrich's in the front. Then Don Breautigam, and I'm in the front of him. We all got together. That's the end of that tape. This is tape number 4 coming up. The other one was tape number 3. This is Tampa, 1954. There we're going. Now we're going at normal speed. I had it the wrong speed. You probably saw me in there, but can't help it. This is Florida. Florida. This is Bayshore Boulevard we're driving down. Bayshore Boulevard. Right here. All Bayshore. The palm trees. One more. This was a pretty house on Davis Island. I always thought it was a very pretty house. This is that Hyde Park. This is a little park up from where we lived the first 2 months we were married. And that's where the squirrel Carol was feeding. And this is the Florida State Parade, State Fair Parade in Tampa. This is just all part of the parade. And just all the parade. That's the Pirates boat coming in. That's the Gasparilla boat coming in there. Now, this is the parade, the Gasparilla parade. Well, after the boats got in, there was the Hillsboro River that boat went up. This is the parade after that. Some pretty floats in this parade. Looks like a lumber company float, I think. There's Michigan cherries. Look like to me, anyhow. There's looking down Bayshore Boulevard towards MacDill. Continental Can Company. Seaboard Railroad, I think is what that is. I think that's Seaboard Railroad there. I think that's some kind of bread company. Don't remember it though. Find Mother Goose there, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. This was a pretty one. I remember this one. This had little outrigger fish outside on the side even, I think. Yeah, see, they're out there like that. This is reel number 4 now. Dog races, the other one is highlight. And this one is Dixie Lily, I think. Here's the horse race, and it's Sunshine Park. A quick check grocery store. I don't think they're in business anymore. There's Lakeland had a float. It's a pretty float, though. Columbia Restaurant. That's a Spanish restaurant in Ybor. That's a Spanish restaurant in Ybor City. Columbia Restaurant is. This is Tampa Chamber of Commerce, I think. I think we're about at the end of this thing here, this parade, and probably by the end of the reel too. That's supposed to be pirates there. A whale, I guess. More pirates. Jose Gaspar, the pirate, is supposed to have invaded the city of Tampa. It's about the end of the parade. There's some Davis Island, some Bayshore Drive, some boats out there yet. People walking along Bayshore. You can see after the parade is over what a jammed up mess it is. There's the bleachers we were on. Here's the end of the tape. This is Carol. That's me. I'm holding up pretty well too. This baby shower was given at home for Carol. Let's see when this was. It was February of '55. It was given at home. This is the Carol's folks. What they did, they all brought their gifts unwrapped. And they showed everybody what they were sending Carol. And then they wrapped them, and then they sent them down in a big box, which is pretty neat. That's the two grandmas to be there. There's all the gifts. There's Bill. I can see him. It's very dark, this this movie is, so you ain't going to see a lot of them. There's Carol's grandmother. That's There's her mom. There's again. That's Grandma Krupp, great Grandma Krupp. Carol's grandmother, but there's Carol's mom. I think Mary Ranson gave this shower for Carol. That was Carol's folks' dining room. Awful dark there, though. There's There's Aunt Audrey sitting with her. There's Aunt Wilma. There's Aunt Audrey again. There's my grandmother. And there's Aunt Hazel. There's Aunt Frony. There's the Absarine babies. Now, those were made out of Absarine dough, which is what you clean wallpaper with years and years ago. I can remember doing it. So. That's my mom, and I think that's Janine Jones sitting there, but we don't know. There's Mrs. Keck, and there's Carol's Aunt Ethel Kaiser. There's Carol's dad with the two of the babies that they made up there. I think Mary will have one here yet too before. That's Janine Jones there. There's Mary Ranson with one of them. And this was the last month for Carol in the pregnancy. And she's walking. Two of them are walking down the road, down the street. She didn't gain too much because they don't let you gain. They didn't let you gain over 20 pounds. I heard where Sherry was born. 30th of April, she weighed 7'6" and she was 20 inches long in 1955. There she is. She's unhappy. Her daddy got her. Grandma had her, now daddy got her. I want a little girl, we got a little girl. There's Sherry Ann at home now. Oh, she's tired. Carol was in the hospital 4 days with her. Well, they kept him 4 days. There's Grandma with her, Carol's mom, and there's Mommy with her. There she is again. Now here she's a month old already. When she came home from the hospital, it was May 4th. So now she's 5 days old. Well, now she's a month old. Here, uh-oh, she's getting a bath. Nope, I think she's just laying on her bed. She liked to sleep like that. Now she was christened on the 3rd of July, 55, 2 months old. And Judy and Perry. And Mommy and Daddy. There's Reverend Taylor. Perry says, here, Mother, you take him. Daddy and Mother and Perry and Reverend Taylor and Judy and Perry. And there's my mom and dad with Sherry and Carol and me. And there's Carol, Dad and Mom with Sherry and Carol and me. He's not happy. Now here's 4 sides, 4 generations in my side of the family, 2 months old. There's Grandma Valerius, there's me, my mom, there's Grandma Valerius, and Sherry. There's Daddy with Mother and Grandpa and me. I mean Grandma and Grandpa and Sherry. And there we are, there we go. Again, Grandma and Grandpa, Mother and Daddy and
If you want to walk with Dean Miller, are you interested? Or not? And the door, is the door shut?
yeah.
I'm trying to talk to you through the door.
Oh.
I'm trying to talk to you. Remind
She
you.
won't. No, that's all right. I got the speaker closed.
You want me to have to do you and you just to be doing it now? Did you want to? No, I didn't want to. I really thought. Yeah, I'm fine.
I got it shut. Oh, okay, you didn't. I didn't. I had it covered up. Well, that's how I'm retaping them. See. This is 5 generation side on Carol's side. There's Bill, and Carol's dad, Carol, Sherry. There's Carol's grandfather, Uncle. That was Carol's grandfather. He had Parkinson's disease. There's my dad with Sherry, and mom with Sherry there. We had the lights bright and we turned them on because it was too bright, but now they doesn't come out very good like that. But that's the way it is. There they are now. There's mother and me and Daddy with Sherry. Now this is Mrs. Fernandez and Sherry. We lived upstairs before they went home because when we came back, her apartment was rented. So this is Tino's mother, and we still go see her. We haven't been to see her this year yet, but we've been to see her every year. We've been down. And Sherry's 4 months old now. Better than Tino's fire engine. This one's about to end. This tape is, because it's the last thing on this reel. This is reel number 5, I guess. This is reel 5. She liked to drop that thing and roll it away. She thought that was funny. And we got to pick it up. Then she liked her jumper. She liked to jump in it. Now she's going for a ride in her stroller. But we were still living here at this time. We were still living at Mrs. Fernandez. But later on, when she went home with Carol at Christmas time, her daddy got her pushing her. It's about August, maybe September. Daddy with her. Mother was just with her, not her daddy with her, holding her. There she's on the hood of the 55 DeSoto we had at that time. There was the end of the tape. This is Sherry, 5 and 6 months old now. There she's up on her knees. There she's up on her knees rocking now. We're still in Florida. I mean, they are. I am too, but I mean. Oh, boom. Down she went. We dim the lights so it's hard to see her. There, we have the lights back on bright now. She liked to bounce up against that couch. There, she's getting her bath. I think this is at home now. Maybe not. Yeah, that's Carol's mom washing her. Carol's mom had come down when she was born. And then this was while I went to Africa. I took Carol and Sherry home to Illinois, and she stayed between her mom and dad and my mom and dad. So she's probably just about 8 months here now. 7 months, it says. No? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Because she was home then already. There was her dad with her, this is my dad with her. There's Grandma Lindhorst with her. But this is at their house because, at my mom and dad's house, because that was their old Zenith radio behind them. Here she liked to stand on that couch too. Here she's 7 months old. Okay, she wasn't quite 7 months old when they got home. Here she is 7 months old. And she'll be 8 months old by less than 5 days before Christmas. Or 5 days after Christmas, she'll be 8 months old. This was at her mom, Carol's mom and dad's. There she is in her stroller. She liked her stroller. She could go all over in her stroller. There, Grandma Krupp is feeding her. Nana feeding her. Now she's having her own bottle. Here's her first Christmas. She's 8 months old. And she's starting to crawl. There's Art Zip. Now this is at Aunt Hazel and Uncle Bob's, because this is their house, and that was Art Zip. There's Sherry crawling. There's Minnie Thomas, Uncle Eddie, Aunt Florence, Grandpa, I think, Lou Thomas, Grandma Valerius. There's Grandma. There was Grandma Lindhorst, there's Grandma Valerius, and Aunt Frony, and there's Grandpa, and Aunt Florence. Uncle Eddie again. Minnie Thomas. Now there's Aunt Hazel and Sherry and Grandpa Lindhorst. They're just sitting there looking around. Now, I wasn't home there, I was over in Africa. There's Sadie Steinheimer. There's Ida Thomas. There, Aunt Hazel's got her. There's Aunt Doris. Now this is at Carol's folks. There's Judy. I don't remember his name. There's Aunt Wilma. There's Carol's dad. There's Carol's mom. That's Mike Kaufman. Get the other one was. There's Aunt Oni. There's Aunt Doris again. There's Ernie Kaufman. There's Mike Kaufman. That's Aunt Wilma there. There's Uncle Erwin DeGroat. With Carol's mom. Who that is? Might be Aunt Wilma. I mean, but probably Aunt Vera there. There's a Christmas tree. This was 1955, it was. Now this, I came back from Africa now. I came back at the beginning of January, and Grandma and Grandpa Lindhorst brought Sherry and Carol down with our car and pulled that two-wheel trailer back down with everything on it that we had taken home. And she got an apartment right off of Grand Central, which is now Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. Or Martin Luther King, might be Martin Luther King now, I don't know which one it is. We were about 6 blocks from, about 4 or 5 blocks, I guess, from Mrs. Fernandez, so Carol used to go over there and do her washing yet. Here she is in her stroller. We loved that stroller. We'd go all over in that thing. She comes again. I think that was Grandpa Lindhorst yet. I don't think I was back yet. There's Grandpa playing with her. Grandpa Lindhorst playing with her. There's Grandma Lindhorst. There she is in her bed. She liked to pull herself up by the side in her bed. She'd pull herself up in there all the time. Liked to jump in it. She got her with a trampoline. Now she's just learning to pull herself up and take steps. There, boy, that's a heavy lift, but we made it. She's standing by herself, but she don't realize it. Boom, down she went. Topple, topple, boom. Wobble, wobble. She tried to take the step, but she went the wrong way with it. There she's standing all by herself, ready to go, but she couldn't quite get it. Now she's up again. Now here's her first step, 10 months old. And then she burned her hand on our heater that we had there. There was a gas heater and just covered with a piece of sheet metal. And she came over to pull herself up on, she burned her hand. So the whole little palm of her hand was blistered. And then between her and Carol, I don't know which one cried the worst. But we went out to the base and they put a bandage on it. And she had to wear that for a couple of weeks. There we are in Mrs. Fernandez's house. With her little red and white outfit on. Looked like a Valentine's outfit. Had a heart. But that was on Bayshore Boulevard, I think. Now this is back at where we lived, and this is sitting on the front porch on the steps. She kicked her little leg. She liked to move that leg back and forth. Pretty smile. Here's her steps. There we go. There we go. She's walking to Daddy, I think. Not too sure, but she's going. I think Daddy kept backing up. And Daddy's got a doggy there, and that's why she's going over there. She wants to pet the doggy. Now Mommy wants her to look at her. She wants to take a movie. Daddy got the duck there. And quack, quack. Think. I'm going to end pretty soon. Here it goes. This is Sherry, 11 months old now. And she's walking around. Now last night we took this and it had a bunch of white lines across it. And we got that fixed now, so now we should have it without any white streaks through it, which would be better. So I retaped the whole tape. This is number 7 movie reel. Learn to pull herself up and everything now. I'm going to get some stuff out of the play with. Don't know what, but last night we couldn't see that very good at all. There, she got her teddy bear. Daddy's got teddy bear and Sherry both in her arms. Hands all better now. Now we got a birthday party. 1 year old. We're just home. This is at Carol's mom and dad's. There's Aunt Oni and Uncle Fred, Carol's mom, and Sherry. Nana, Daddy with Sherry. There's Aunt Judy, or Mommy, I don't know which. Putting her cake in, praying in the cake, chocolate cake. There's Uncle Fred, Bill, Mom. Yeah, I guess it is, Carol. And this is one of the light lines on that. The other one is on good. The next page. This is the last one goes on. That was good. This is, like I said, page number 7, or reel number 7. So big. And patty cake. Giving Daddy a kiss. And a big hug. So an open mouth kiss. And there's, we're on South 20th Street now. And she's rocking in Grandma Lindhorst rocker. There's Mother. This is Carol's birthday. Her Aunt Vera, Mother, Jerry, Judy, Uncle Fred, Carol's mom, my dad, Bill, Carol's dad. Carol's mom, Carol, me. Carol's dad, I think he half dozed off there, but, or either he's just pretending and they're going to take a strawberry. We'll see what they do with it. And put it in his mouth. And he wakes up. It's Carol's birthday. There's Aunt Oni. This is Christmas 56. There's Santa Claus coming in the door. You don't know what to think of this. We don't have enough light on you. Stay too dark. There's Uncle Gene sitting. There's the tree. Oh my goodness. The present. We just look and see what's going on. There's a rocking horse. Santa's leaving. And she's ready to get up on her rocking horse. And she knows what to do with him, too. He's going to rock away. There's Uncle James and Grandpa. There's Grandpa Valerius. There's Sherry with one of her big teddy bears. And there's the monkey, Fever the monkey. It's 8 o'clock, I guess you can tell by the cuckoo clock. Mary's gonna kiss her teddy bear. This is like a worm. There, she's got a dolly, and she's gonna dance with her. Now she's got some keys, I think. Got some keys she's gonna put in her pocket or something. She's gonna get back on the horse. She's ready to ride. I don't know if this is the next day or not. It might be the same day, it might be Christmas morning. Likes to ride her horse, anyway. Now she's going outside, and there's Spotty, our first dog. Her first dog she had. That's Spotty. This is at 30 Cresthaven Drive. That's where we moved in September, and this is Christmas now. That's Tony Ladisky that lived next door, the little girl. They're both petting Spotty, and Spotty don't mind it at all. There they are on teeter-totter. He's waving to us. Now I'm going to try to get on Tony's horse. That doesn't work too well. That horse is not taller, but she just can't get on him. Somebody finally helped her on. Her horse was the Wonder Horse. And this one, I don't know what it is. Now she's on a tricycle. We have too much grass in that backyard, as you can see. Now there's Tony and her kissing already. Now this is Palm Sunday. No? I guess this is just April 57. No, I guess that's what that was with April 57. This is Palm Sunday now. They're dressed up. We're going over to Wayne and Mary Ransom's house, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Been known to happen. But that's our house at 30 Cresthaven. There's our 55 DeSoto. Now this is over at... No, this is... I don't know where this is.
You watched the 3 chickens and you're nothing but things like that.
I still don't know where that is. That must be down in Columbia. Your folks didn't have the house at this time.
You said you thought it was Cypress.
Mm-hmm. That's at our house. I don't know where the other was. But it looked like it was Hacker to me on it. Now here we are, Wayne and Mary Ransom's house. That's Paula there with Sherry. And this is Palm Sunday. This is Easter, I guess. No? Palm Sunday is when it is. And Carol's pregnant with Dale. We'll come up, look right in the camera. We're riding teeter-totters. Boy, they're all dressed up to be playing in the yard. I think that's Mike Hoffman, but we're not sure. Now this is back at our house in Cresthaven, 30 Cresthaven. This is Easter now. She's finding herself some eggs. Now this is Sherry's second birthday, and I'm putting sand in the big old tractor tire we got for a sandbox for her. There she's on her teeter-totter, swinging away. Now she's on her swing. Now she's opening her presents. Miss Judy, Hap, with Uncle Bill, with my dad, Aunt Adele and Uncle Edwin are there. With my mom. And then she's getting it. She's opening it up. Oh, I don't know what that is. And Judy and Hap with her. dressed. Now, this is at the table now. Now, 5 months from today, her brother's going to arrive. It's 5 months before Dale gets here. And Judy, Ed, Uncle Fred, my dad, Carol's dad, Bill, Carol's mom, my mom. And there she is with her. There's a lamb cake that Aunt Tony always bakes. There's Uncle Fred. They're doing dishes now. There's a parakeet she got for her birthday, but he didn't live through the night. He died.